Hi, Mrs. Fossler.
Hello, how are you?
Great. Excited to be here at the Bradford 4th grade farmers market. So can you just take me around, show me what you're doing here? What's going on?
Absolutely. We are actually trying to prepare for our third farmers market. We have successfully completed two, and this one's probably going to be double of what our last two has been, just because we have so much more produce that's finally maturing. So this is mostly lettuces, and then we have our tomatoes on top. You'll see our red spectrum lights on top as well.
Red light there.
That's actually a full spectrum, but heavy red. And then this is all lettuces or greens of some type. So we try and keep them by kinds or by types. That way that we don't have to worry about different kinds of lighting and whatnot. You'll notice there's no full spectrum or red spectrum lights on this one because it's our greens. We don't need that.
Looks like a delicious salad here. All right.
And when we come over here, this is our pepper tower.
Okay.
This has all kinds of different peppers on it. Our last farmer's market, we pulled probably 80 off of this.
80?
And if you'll look, it's just loaded with them again. Everywhere you look, there are peppers. Here's a bunch of green peppers, and we have red peppers growing. We have some bell peppers. We have all kinds of different peppers in here. I've been trying to keep other vegetables away from it, only because it kind of takes it over, and then they're not very successful with it. These are all lettuces and herbs. You'll notice no red spectrum light. Oh, going back to the peppers, you'll see the red spectrum light on top. That's because anything flowering really needs that extra light.
Some dill up there.
We have all kinds of dill. This is our greens, and once again, our herbs. Greens and herbs again. The kids felt like they earned more money from the herbs, so they decided that this last time we planted, they were going to do far more herbs.
Nice. We're learning some economics in here.
Yes,
Now we're going in. This is the next.
This particular piece was donated to us by a parent, and so I asked the kids what they want to put in it, and they said they wanted eggplant. As you can see, they got one seed mixed up. There is squash in it as well.
Oh, how funny.
In one of them, it's a squash and not eggplant.
Gosh, this is just such a learning curve.
Here we have our carrots, and we are doing the multicolored ones. You can see I shouldn't be pulling them out, but we're doing the multicolored carrots, and we did have some for sale at our last farmer's market, but most of them were too small, so we left most of them in here. Here we have our radishes. You can see they're actually pulling out. They're getting so big.
Ooh, yeah.
That one's a really big one. So we have a whole thing of radishes. We just planted arugula in here. We had planted lavender and it didn't take off, so we decided to scrap it and move on to something else. We have cilantro. We have our basil. We have onions here. We have sweet walla onions in this one. These are both garlic, and they should be ready for our next sales.
Yeah. You can't get the smell through video.
Here's our potatoes. The potatoes are about ready to take off. The kids, these are all our soil gardens right here. Okay. Not all of them, we have a couple more, but the kids really wanted to do some things that would root, and then we just really love doing the herbs, so they grow so well also with the soil. This is our tomato tower, and we are waiting for, you can see lots of blooms, and we're starting to get some tomatoes on it. We do have celery up there. It's been on there for a couple of periods. We just discovered that we needed bigger water pumps, so I've been in the process of replacing water pumps on all 8 of our towers. Have one to go.
So you have 8 towers.
This is what we call our baby farm.
Oh,
this is
look
where
at the
we
baby
do
farm.
Our starts. We have a bunch of lettuce, but this is all herbs and salads that we could, or lettuces and greens. We have some onions in here, and we also planted, some dill in here. No, they planted some dill in here.
This looks like a jungle right now.
This is mostly squash, and then as you get to a certain point, we went ahead and did some bok choy. There's a couple tomatoes on here.
Squash going.
Here we have more squash, and as you'll see too, you'll notice the red lights on all of this because it is flowering. We have some squash in here. This is really an incredible pepper plant, and these are in our hydroponic buckets. If you look, I mean, there is just peppers galore, and we just emptied about 50 peppers off of this one bush a couple weeks ago for our last sales. So I wasn't expecting to have peppers for weeks.
And there they are. Now, how much did you guys make on your last sale?
$261. We have on this one, we just have things that the kids decide they want to try, and we grow them. We have some squash and zucchini.
Did you design
tomatoes.
some of these yourself, or did you buy them? Or?
This was purchased like this, and we used to have water hooked up to it, but we needed our area over there because of convenience for electrical outlets, so that we ended up putting them over here. We do have some squash growing on that, and you can see that it's taken off.
Do the kids like seeing the flowers and pollinating and all that kind of
Oh,
stuff?
they love it. Sometimes they try to pollinate too early.
Oh.
You can see we have lots of green beans on here, but sometimes they try and pollinate too early, and they end up thinking it's pollinated, and then it's not. So I'm trying to do a better job of going behind them and assuming that maybe I need to do pollinating myself as well.
I see. So tell me about this area right here.
This is something the kids saw in a magazine, and it was a tunnel, and it was basically a fence, and they had vegetables growing all across it, and they had vegetables hanging from it, and they said, can we do that? And we just happened to have these wonderful this seating area here, so I said okay. So I went and purchased 2 little soil pans. They're not even very deep.